Hey America, my name is Jared Malat. I am the host of a daily live podcast called Justice's Waiting Room, where we discuss news and politics. Except I'm a socialist, and that just means I want everyone to have universal health care, education, income, and housing. And I just want you to take a deep breath with me, okay? Deep breath in, deep breath out. Relax, okay? And let me run you some game. Good to go? A couple weeks after the election, I call them one of my little birdies. These are my unnamed sources. Said, look into Executive Order 13848. Didn't send me a link, for the record. I went and found it on my own. And if you need a link to Executive Order 13848, let me know. I'll put it in the comments. And then within 24 hours of that, somebody said you might want to check out this prosecution of election crimes document. I think it was a birdie. Might have been one of the matriarchy. They lurk. They mod the fuck out of my show. All women. That's how you know if you could be a good leader or not, is could you lead a group of women and them not hate you and think you a bigot and a piece of shit. So once I found out about 13848, and keep in mind I already knew about the 14th Amendment Article 3. So understand that I went into this election season thinking it's insane to me that Donald Trump is going to win his party's nomination, is going to be the presidential candidate for the Republican Party. They're going to allow it as a party. He's going to run for president. He's going to pretty visibly cheat in a beauty contest, if you know what I mean. Only him. In a no cosmetic surgery beauty contest, he had all the cosmetic surgery in one. You know what I'm saying, fam? Straight out of the TikTok shop. Okay? So he can get elected president, but he can never take the office of president again. He's ineligible. And for those of you doing backflips for Donald Trump in my comment sections, understand he, according to Jack Smith, the special counsel for the Department of Justice, former, in his final report, he said what happened on January 6th was an insurrection, and Donald Trump supported an insurrection and gave aid and comfort to the enemies thereof. So he actually is completely disqualified from office. And again, I just want to throw this out there to all of you that aren't following along and haven't figured this out yet. And you're living in a dystopian fantasy where Donald Trump's just going to barrel through all the checkpoints straight into the presidency. And there's nothing anyone can do about it. No, silly goose. Election crimes are now triable by the DOJ. That means he just gets manhandled by somebody from a 3-letter agency like everybody else. And my guess is he perishes then. And you know what? You're easier to try when you ain't alive. So for all of you out there doing backflips for Donald Trump, understand the special counsel for the Department of Justice says Donald Trump participated in an insurrection and gave aid or comfort to the enemy thereof. He was the former president, and he's the only known president to insurrect against his own administration. He literally committed self-insurrection. That there's not like a cooler word for that, by the way. Intra-coup? It's like Hari-Kari, but stupid. You get it? So I'm dead ass. So once you know, like, Donald Trump's not eligible for the 14th Amendment Article 3, and then read the shit, we're dropping this because he got elected. See, you don't need to charge him when he's not eligible to be president and you dismissed without prejudice the cases you had against him. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's not going to be the president. He's not eligible for the job, and he didn't sign the paperwork. So that's not going to happen. And then all that backloaded fucking all the legal shit he's managed to escape, as soon as he's not the president, ding, he's no longer the president-elect. He ain't the fucking president. Here comes the law. And so I'm just telling y'all, you have in your brain cooked up a dystopian fantasy that you are forcing yourself to live out. And I'm telling you, the law's coming. He's not eligible for the job. The reality of the situation is, baby girl, shut up. In years past, you could come out and cry wolf like Donald Trump did. And technically you can't do it, but like he did it in 2020, 2021. Okay? Jack Smith's report is fucking, chef's kiss. It just details it all. It's undeniable. It's unredacted. I even have a list of the co-conspirators. That's how undeniable the shit is. My matriarchy, I literally did the data, did the research, found who are the co-conspirators. Like the heiress to the Publix Foundation, the Publix fortune. Yeah, so Publix is on the list too. But yeah, once you know he's not eligible, so he won't be president, that takes care of him and J.D. Vance. And you understand that Jack Smith says clearly that he's ineligible because they gave aid and comfort to the enemy thereof. Guess where else you hear that kind of language? Yeah, that's right. Article 3, Section 3, Clause 1, the treason clause, where it literally says giving aid or comfort to the enemy thereof. So you keep doing backflips to make him president, and I'm saying he dropped his case against him, saying he's ineligible because he got elected, but he's ineligible because he gave aid or comfort, and that same language is in treason. And oh, by the way, you're asking yourself, who else is guilty? That's exactly right. I can think of a handful of people in this election that just won their elections that absolutely took money from the motherland. Right? Speak fucking Sputnik in their fucking conversations half the time. Right? Every piece of legislation they try to put out harms Americans. Literally, nothing the Republicans are doing is good for Americans. And that's not a red flag. And people still go up and line up and vote for that. People on Social Security voted to lose Social Security. People on Medicare and Medicaid voted to lose it. People, veterans, disabled veterans voted to lose their benefits and to continue to send their brothers and sisters in arms into harm's way in needless combat. All to prove what? That this is the greatest country in the world? When? When it stood up against fascism? When it revolted against oligarchy? When it refused to bend the knee and kiss the ring and lick the boots of fascists? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Really don't. But like I said, he's not eligible for the fucking job. Jack Smith mentioned him not being eligible for providing aid or comfort to the enemy thereof. I'm asking, how wide of a net can we cast in terms of who's committed treason? That's an elected official. And how do we convince our Department of Justice that it's in our best interest now to flesh them all out of your government? Flesh them all out of positions of power, seize their assets, redistribute them to all of us. Make Twitter, Meta, make TikTok public fucking utilities. Give the world free speech. Or give us death. Because if you put Donald Trump in power, lots of people are going to muerte. And for those of you wondering, like, they're just going to put him in office anyway. He's literally the least fit candidate ever. He's literally not fit for office. Just like Hegseth. I know it's a tough pill to swallow. But you've sat around for a long time and shat on the Justice Department and you have no connection to it. So I wouldn't be surprised if you had no concept of it. And remember that justice does not meet how you think it does. And it's meet, M-E-T-E. It meet out justice. It doesn't come out like you think it does. But yeah, he's not going to be fucking president. Get that out of your fucking gullet. What are we going to let him be? He ain't no fucking martyr. Just know that. He ain't no fucking martyr. No matter what happens, once he's dead, he who shall remain unnamed. He's on the permanent pay no mind list. Never to return. The moment he's off that stage. Don't ever forget I told you that. Vive la résistance. Slava Ukraini. Free Palestine.